All right, Graham, pre-show shenanigans on this later episode of the week. Today, in honor of the Masters being this weekend, we've been saving this one. We do it every year. We're going to go through Rory McIlroy's Masters dinner, and we're going to have a special twist, which we have not done before on this podcast, I don't think, even though it would be something that we probably would have done
We
the first time.
we've
We've
definitely done
probably
this.
talked about it, but I don't think that we've fully gone through it. But we're going to give our own master dinners as well. Uh, Thankfully, I have higher hopes, and it's better than Bubba Watson's dinner, Grant. It can't be worse.
I want to start off with this. I have the dinner menu pulled up. Famous quote going around from Rory asks, why didn't he have more Irish things on the menu? And he replied, I want the dinner to taste good. So, I just want to start off, which of these are Irish?
Probably the filet. Like, I don't know.
But no, that's not it. That can't be it. Like, I feel like there's no Irish things in here.
Like, I'll be honest, I don't.
What is the
maybe
is there no potatoes?
no, no.
I
There's
don't.
traditional Irish champ.
What is that?
That's it. I have no idea.
Is that
I have
that
no
has
idea.
to be potatoes?
Right? But
It does.
I was gonna
It
say
appears as
maybe
if there are no potato items. On this.
maybe. Oh, it is potatoes. It's a creamy mashed potato mixed with buttermilk and scallions.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
But I was gonna say maybe they're serving Guinness. Like maybe it's required. Everybody has to drink Guinness, but there's the drink menu underneath. So.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the drink menu underneath, and it looks like a strong French selection here.
Yeah.
No, there has to be at least Guinnesses, or
Yeah, it has
a
to
better
be.
Irish beer that I'm not aware
Rory
of.
had to have split the G, right? Like that's a
And
requirement.
keep in mind, Rory's been thinking about this shit for 12 years.
Yeah.
He's been thinking about this dinner for so long.
I don't even want to know what the recourse would be if Rory had 12 years to think about this and he came out with Bubba Watson's menu.
I like kind of expect it to be something like that, but I think
Really?
I expect it to be something a little plain.
Okay.
But I'll be honest, a good selection here. Quick thing, is this the most amount of appetizers ever selected?
No,
For a
John
ma-
Rahm had more because he had what's it called in Spain?
Okay, no, I'm looking right now. John Rahm had 6, so okay,
Yeah.
he went
Yeah.
quite all out.
But
for
that's
the
also
abs.
traditional like Spaniard like tapas.
I also just
Tapas.
want to point out right now a difference in 2 menu items. Scotty Scheffler has firecracker shrimp, which they describe as having sriracha mayonnaise. In other words, spicy mayo that is Kewpie and sriracha.
Yeah.
But also the rock shrimp tempura this year with quote creamy spicy sauce. I think those are going to be the exact same shrimp, sir. Different name.
You know what that just
exact
tells me
same
that
thing.
it's the quality of the restaurants that they went to or that they've gone to, which is
Another
where they get the
question.
different menu items.
Okay, yeah, that's just another question here that I just don't exactly know. How do they select the chefs for this? Because
I think it's just the masters have their own chefs, but maybe they get prepped by like the restaurants.
we don't know.
I don't know.
It feels like this is maybe one of the most difficult chef jobs on planet Earth. Once
yeah.
a year, some guy who won a
I
golf
feel
tournament
like
just
it's-
tells you make this shit.
I feel like cooking for the masters might be on the same par for chefs, at least in America, as it is like
that might be the
Times
equivalent.
Square for musicians.
Yeah, I was just that might be the equivalent to their Super Bowl. That probably is
like
their
that. It's like the most exclusive possible thing. I feel like.
Yeah, but we'll get into it a little bit more on my menu. But I did keep in mind the chefs preparing the
Okay.
food, and I
Okay.
have some special requests on who's preparing each item.
Okay.
But back to Rory's thing here. I just want to say, ultimately, I think it's a weak choice to go with the Wagyu filet over the ribeye. I think it's a weak choice, but I think looking at the recent menus, it's almost strictly ribeye options for the
Yeah.
steaks. And maybe Rory was thinking about that. So Rory's definitely one to be checking these.
I do feel
year.
like it is a very traditional Masters thing that it's steak for the entree. Like that is the staple Masters meal.
100%. And it's like, if once again you have the choice of eating anything you want, you're gonna pick the best possible cut of steak. Like you're gonna pick that.
Yeah.
For these guys. But I will say I absolutely love the combinations here. I feel like one thing we see just recurring in all these is that there's gonna be something Japanese in all these. So we got the rock shrimp tempura here. But even
tuna carpaccio, technically, you could argue.
to a degree,
to an extent,
just the term wagyu, just in there alone, we got Japanese influence. One thing that I think got glossed over on this menu, it's in fine print at the bottom, but something that I'm very interested in: the crispy Vidalia onion rings.
Mm-hmm.
This might be the first time an Augusta National chef has prepared onion rings. Now, maybe Tiger, that first Masters, asked for onion rings, but I feel like this could be a first.
It's very, very possible. Also, I know exactly what those onion rings probably looked like, and I just fired. Absolutely great pick.
I'm going to guess that those are going to be the greatest onion rings ever served.
Ever served. Yeah.
Ever served on planet Earth in the history of this great planet. Yeah, no, those are going to be S tier. And then skipping down to the end here, dessert sticky toffee pudding. I feel like with dessert, it's tough to mess up. I like, even Bubba probably had a good dessert.
He had confetti cake.
Okay, so he found a way to butcher that too. Never mind. But I feel like, even going back, Scotty, it's simple, but a warm chocolate chip skillet cookie with ice cream sounds elite.
Delicious.
That sounds elite. Going back the year before John Rahm, I'm not going to pronounce this correctly, but I'm going to try for the Waterboy faithful. Mihoas de crema innata, a puff pastry cake. I'm going to assume that's fire. Just going to assume. No further questions. And then also, one more back. Tiger really got loose for the last Masters.
Yeah.
Yes, we're doing churros for dessert.
I did see that. I'm going to be honest. I was going to do churros as my dessert, but because Tiger did it, I'm like, you can't double down on the desserts.
Now, if you were going to do churros, is there a specific city you would want them from?
Spain. We're going from Madrid.
Get me the churros directly from San Antonio. Zero questions.
I'm going
asked.
from Madrid.
Zero questions asked, specifically with the women of San Antonio as well. But without further ado, I think it's time to get into our menus here. What we do some slight. There's going to be some similarities overall.
Now, Grant, I think based on what you're going to request with some of your, side things, let me go first here because I don't have those special requests.
Wait, real quick. I just want to go back real quick to Tiger's first Masters menu. I think this is something that has been buried. We all associate that first Tiger's Masters win with just Johnny Rockets, essentially. Okay, cheeseburger, french fries, milkshakes. We literally associate it with Johnny Rockets. But Everett, did you know that those were the appetizers?
Oh, no.
Those were
I did not.
That was not the main course, okay? Even a 19-year-old Tiger Woods had a slightly adult palate. But no. He was also serving prime filet mignon, weak selection, and sauteed sea bass. But I just had to air that out.
So I'm gonna run through this first because I don't have special conditions on the prep, and I think that will make it even more. Make it even more better. So Grant, we have 3 courses followed by, I guess, appetizer, first course, main course, and then followed by dessert. And we have 1 drink request. Okay, I'm going to finish it with the drink request.
Okay, I'm going to have to impromptu fill in my drink request right now. But
I think you'll understand. I don't think you will have to. I think you'll understand when I get the drink request. Grant, the first round, to nobody's surprise if he knows me, the appetizers will be spicy tuna crispy rice, miso chips with scallop. If you know, you know, and al pastor street tacos. Grant, that will be the appetizer. The first course will be assorted nigiri and chicken yakitori. still Japanese influence a little bit. And the main course, Grant, will be a Hawaiian ribeye with fried Brussels sprouts and fries. The dessert will be beignets with vanilla bean ice cream. And for the drink request, Grant, I want the dude from Benihana who brings in the squirt gun filled with sake, and you're hosing down the entirety of the Masters.
Okay, now that's elite. Now that's an elite selection to wrap it up at the end there. I will say something that I don't think a great TikTok idea for anyone involved, but has anyone ever done a calorie count?
Oh, no, that's great. That's a great call.
Because when you were listing off your items, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, yeah, I'm assuming the guys there aren't gonna be housing first course sushi. I'm assuming that, but that's something which, hey, for a food health influencer out there.
Oh yeah, they probably have them. They're going ham right now.
Yeah, that is something to look into. That's something to look into. But I like the selections over there. A lot. That's a lot.
I mean, going off of it's 4 appetizers. I had 3.
Do whatever the hell you want.
First course. I mean, carpaccio is a little bit less than the nigiri and yakitori, but I had to fit it in there. And then, a nice ribeye, some Brussels sprouts. Got to get some greens in and some fries. Got to get the opposite of greens. So.
Yeah, so, okay, a lot of similarities overall, but some differences in the approach and
the preparation.
Yeah. Starting off, appetizers. For my appetizers, it is an assortment of sushi rolls handmade by Nobu himself. And while he is making these hand rolls, Everett, Future himself is in the room rapping, Nobu, 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 Nobu.
Okay.
He is rapping that over and over. And so that's the appetite. That's how you walk in to this dining room. So that's how we're starting it off. Okay. We have a live guest appearance by Future himself.
Okay.
I can't stress that.
Now here's the thing though. I don't even know if he's allowed to be in the room. He might have to be outside of the room doing it. Like
he'll certainly be behind a screen. Definitely won't technically be in the room because once again, the only people allowed in that room, Nobu, screw it, Nobu's allowed in. Other than Nobu himself, damn it. The only people allowed in are former Masters winners and then the chairman of Augusta Golf Club. I will honor those, but Nobu also gets added in.
Yeah.
Also, we're still in, this actually is going to be transition into the first course, but this was an appetizer in my head as well. No first course in my mind, to be honest. But also a mini taco situation going on here. TBD on the exact types of tacos. I'm feeling, because the main coming up here, it is steak. So I want to go no steak there. But TBD on like the exact
fried fish, maybe some lobster. TBD, we're starting to migrate.
We'll take suggestions from Nobu. What he suggests.
I mean, are we thinking corn tortilla, wonton tacos like Nobu does, like flour tortilla? What
I'm thinking small. I'm thinking small tacos.
Little moose bouche.
Yeah, nothing. Okay, once again, we're just warming up here, folks. We're not getting to the main yet. This is just warming up, everyone. So I don't know the exact type of tacos, but I know tacos will be there in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, you have to have it.
They will be there. I actually do like. I want to do fish tacos, but we got sushi from Nobu himself, and I feel like it's really disrespectful to Nobu to make fish tacos in front of him. I feel like you're asking for some bad karma or some bad juju coming your way if you do that. So yeah, we'll TBD. But the main Wagyu ribeye A5, and I want that meat butchered on site. I want that butchered on site. The freshest possible cut you could get. I literally want to see Nobu massaging this damn cow right before himself. Okay, this is going to be the most pristine cuts of Wagyu that the world has ever seen. But also sides. Starting off, a very strict military establishment, Hillstone French fries with spicy mayo.
Yes.
Duh.
Yes.
All right, no further questions asked. And that spicy mayo is also used as an additional dip to the crispy rock shrimp tempura that will be on the menu. That is already doused in spicy mayo, but yes, Everett, we're having a double spicy mayo. We're having a
Okay, I respect
double
it. I respect
spicy
it.
mayo. You
I
can
respect
never
it.
go wrong with spicy mayo. Prepared by Nobu himself, it's going to be the most perfect blend of Kewpie store-bought mayonnaise and store-bought sriracha you've ever tasted in your life. He knows the exact ratio. But I also want to note right here, as you brought up the vegetables, on this menu, absolutely no greens on the menu. The only greens in this room will be the jackets worn by the players. That's it. No greens on the menu. The greens represented by the jackets. And also, screw it, add on top of it, I want to be seated directly next to Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. So add that also into my request.
Into the requirements.
And then dessert, I'm a simple man, butter cake. Oh, just knocks me on the floor every single time. That may put Fred Couples into a coma, but that butter cake's going to be immaculate. But
now,
yeah.
I
so
will
just
say
2 special guest appearances. I in my mind I had like 5, just two.
Just two.
Features.
But they might bring extra people. No, I mean, hey, Nobu might bring somebody. You never know.
And
Tanya might come in and be, we want that shit off the menu. We want that shit from off the menu.
Clue what Future has planned, and you can't account for it either. he could come up with anything, really. So
yeah, I mean, shit, dude. Maybe Offset comes up, and then Lil Tay comes and join him too. Like, I mean, you never know.
A wild list there that got progressively more wild at the end. But yeah, those are gonna be my requests. The main thing is, I'm directly next to Tiger and Phil Mickelson.
No,
and like specifically,
I mean, that's an obvious request.
Kind of want to be hearing Phil asking Tiger about side bets on like which of the old heads are going to go for the fish option instead of the steak.
Do you think they bet on who takes what?
Phil Mickelson.
See, I'm not even leaving in the
he bets
question.
on everything. I think Phil Mickelson bets on next guy to walk into the room. Like, he's that type of guy.
See, my thing is, you're getting the menu as is. There's no ors in this menu. It is straight down the line. You're getting what's on.
Yeah, I've realized just in all these menus,
there is an or.
The steak is the main. It's always an or fish. My question, though, is, because these are all different fish selections, okay? It's not like it's the same
Grant,
fish.
You know what my or would be if it's fish.
Is there a chance that, like, Fred Couples is picking the fish? Because whoever wins, it's not going to pick at. So it's like, you're not even eating it, Scotty. So, like, or Rory, you're not even eating it. So, like, let's let the guys who are going to eat the fish pick it.
Do you think that there has to be somebody in there to be like, are you going to finish that? Like, just takes it off the plate, just starts eating it off somebody else's plate?
Oh, 1,000,000%. I have no idea if John Daly's ever won the Masters, but he is prime candidate number 1 to be doing
He's looking through the window in there, being like, looking at the menu.
I have no clue if he's ever won Masters. Absolutely zero clue at all. But yeah, no, he's would be my most likely candidate.
The only thing I'm surprised.
Damn it, top 3 at the Masters, never won it. Shit. That might be like the biggest miss in golf history, his Masters dinner. That might be like the biggest miss, because it would literally just be beer and cigarettes. Like, it would be the funniest possible dinner.
The one thing I'm surprised you didn't have, I almost thought that you would say sliders, double In-N-Out sliders, not burgers. Sliders.
Yeah, I was gonna toss in something, but I ultimately decided I think I'd be blacklisted from Augusta for life if I had like a fast food thing there. I think. I mean,
technically speaking,
hey, it's whatever the hell you want.
They're gonna make it all on site. They'll replicate the whole thing, but
you're bringing up a good point. You're bringing up a good point, and because of, that may need to be in there. I'm just concerned though of Nobu. And what the thoughts going through his mind will be when a majority of the people are going to the sliders instead of his sushi. But hey, that's his problem. If anything, that just gets him back in the lab. It's time to innovate, baby. So I might be
sushi burgers next.
I might be inspiring sushi evolution here.
Yeah, very fair.
Yeah, but a lot of fun on these Masters menus.
We can combine our two things too, Nobu and the Benihana squirt gun sake guy, and Nobu's going to have squirt gun sake right in his mouth.
And then also with Benihana there, because I'm pretty sure he's like the uncle to Steve Aoki. We could also have Steve Aoki in the background.
Yeah, we could have the whole collection.
I'm not sure who's Future's 1,000,000% getting the music over Steve Aoki, but like Steve, for the vibes. It's for the
Is he
presentation.
bringing a cake too? Is he caking?
It better not be confetti cake, but any other thing I think we're okay with. But if I see rainbow sprinkles in that building, oh yeah,
Over.
Bubba Watson's not allowed. Like you're not allowed.
Last requirement. He wouldn't eat anything on that menu anyways. Do you think he doesn't show up to the Masters?
He's ordering from the Augusta.
He wants that pimento cheese sandwich.
He's just ordering from the Augusta dinner menu
window
directly. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. He's hole in the wall like it's like ninth hole. Like he's just like I gave him 2 glizzies.
Dude, he's not even a hot dog. That's too exotic.
He's like, yeah, can I get a grilled chicken burger? The guy
sounds like me as a child.
Up.
Sounds like a hamburger, no bunger. And it sounds like me as a kid.
Yeah, no, exactly. But all right, I think that's gonna do it for our Masters menus. But without further ado, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 378. And it is officially Masters Week. The Michigan Wolverines also won the national championship. The Dodgers are off to a very hot start to the year. And Diana Rossini may or may not be getting her information on the Patriots directly from Mike Vrabel directly himself. So a lot to unpack, a lot of interesting news to go over. But I just want to start off quick with our national champions. All trolling aside here, Michigan was really good this year. They were losing a couple like around January, February, and also at the same time, Florida was like in the midst of like a 19-game win streak, which kind of helped, drop the hype in the Michigan championship. But I'll say this, I literally think the national championship game was the only time all year Michigan just didn't hit their threes. And they were clearly
the better team. Injuries piled up, and I mean, the UConn was getting them to play the style of basketball that UConn wanted, and it still didn't even matter. But I will add this too, Grant, for my own personal wrinkle. Grant, I had the 1,200th ranked bracket in all of March Madness this year. Out of 25 million brackets, I was 1,200th bracket. I had the entire Final Four correct.
Give me 1 second. I think our chef's coming in. Holy shit, Everett, that is a cookie. That is a cookie for you. Oh my goodness.
Cookie.
It's
skillet cookie.
A cookie for that one.
Skillet cookie.
Okay.
Skillet cookie. Yeah, no, you just need to chew on.
Don't get greedy.
Okay.
Don't get greedy here.
Okay. I thought I was getting a cookie. I mean, just for Scotty. But I had to shout myself out for that. I had to give myself a little bit of props. I was off by the total by 4 points, you got to give myself my own cookie, right? But no, I mean, Michigan just clearly, I think through most of the tournament, that was the first game they scored less than 90 points in, and they still killed UConn.
That was the first game they scored less
than 90 points in the tournament.
In the tournament, okay.
In the tournament,
yeah. A very impressive performance out of Michigan. I will say though, ultimately, not the most enticing ending. That UConn shot over Duke, that shit will live in my brain at least another 14 years. Like at least another 14 years. That's
every March. It's going to get replayed. The
entire sequence of small boozer messing up. The entire sequence is in my head. I'm not entirely sure what the Michigan moment in my head will be. Actually, I do know what it is. The Michigan moment that I'll remember the most from this season is when Yaxel Lenenborg was offended that an 18-year-old was guarding him when he's 25 years. That will be my most memorable moment of this Michigan championship run. But I will say, thinking about all this stuff, a quick comment on the Ohio State fans. A good amount of Ohio State people online saying, this is the second darkest day in Ohio State history. And to that, I respond, what are you talking? What? At the end of the day, Michigan wins a basketball thing. I can wake up the next day and live. But when Ohio State lost to Michigan in 2024 and my high school quarterback beat Ohio State, I genuinely thought my body shut down to COVID. I literally thought my body shut down for the game, it was because of COVID, but I literally thought my internal organs started failing after that loss. So I strongly disagree with that opinion. But I will say it does sting knowing that Dusty May would have gone to Ohio State if Ohio State offered him. And he wanted to go to Ohio State over Michigan, but Ohio State was like, we're going to stick with Diebler instead. And then also John Calipari wanted to go to Ohio State, and Ohio State was like, sorry, Caleb Downs costs a lot of money.
I mean, I don't know if Coach Cal's getting you all that way. Coach Cal's like, I mean, makes it deep in the tournament, kind of.
It would significantly improve Ohio State, yes, without question.
No, true, very true.
I'm not saying Ohio State's goal is not a national championship in basketball, but it's a little bit better than like 2 tournament appearances in the past decade, and both of them are first round exits. One of them to a team named Oral Roberts. So yeah, a little bit better than that would be the expectation.
True, that's very true.
I'm not asking for the world, but yeah,
you're asking not for that much, really, at all. Actually,
yeah, no, Cal's an upgrade over whatever the hell's going on in that shit show. But that stings a little bit for the Ohio State fans. But I would say, ultimately, though, this is another thing. I'm going to defend Michigan here. So many people crapping on Michigan for like going hard portal, going after upperclassmen, and like having like a bunch of old guys. It's like, I don't blame them at all for it. That's the reality of college basketball
and football, really.
Well, that's another thing. Like right now, as an Ohio State fan, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I see reports of he was number 3 recruit in the class. He's now a true sophomore, Devin Sanchez, corner, getting a ton of hype, ton of praise right now. People are like, hey, like 30% of the time he covers Jeremiah in practice, it's an incomplete pass, which is that's elite. That is elite if you force an incompletion 30% of the time, targeted Jeremiah. But it's just with a guy like Devin Sanchez last year, that dude's getting picked on every game. I know you're the number 3 player in your class, but like, why play him when you could play 5th year Lorenzo Styles, who runs a 4.21 40? Lorenzo will not mess up his assignments. Why risk playing the young guy when, hey, shit, just because you don't play him those first 2 years, guess what? If you really want him that bad, you portal him in when he's a junior and he's ready. So you test out you figure out yourself as a player. Do that shit at Auburn. Don't do that here. Do that shit at Baylor. All right. Ohio State's not your place to figure yourself out as a player.
We're also probably not going to talk about this that much, but there is obviously rules changes coming to the NCAA and transfer rules and eligibility.
Are those like confirmed? Like,
so the executive order that Trump passed,
but is that like confirmed?
It has to go through and get approved, but currently is set for that to come into official order on August 1st of this year. And then the NCAA is now also in its own capacity, potentially setting up a rule that is 5-year eligibility starting once you're 19 or the first day that you're on a college campus, whichever is earlier. And then there's
shout out Paris Campbell, 16 years old at Ohio State.
Yep. And then there is no red shirts. Still fucking crazy, by the way.
That's pretty nuts. But 5 years.
5 years, but no red shirts, no medical waivers. The only exceptions you get is for like religious reasons or like if you're going to the military.
Wait, so are they creating a new term for a 5th year?
In what way?
Well, there's no such thing as like a red shirt. So how do you delineate a 5th year player? Because red shirt senior, that term doesn't exist.
You're just a 5th year player.
I feel like we got to come up with a new one.
We come up with a term if that's what happens.
Junior, senior. We got to get one senior, in between.
They're going to call him graduate. They're going to call him a graduate.
That's no fun.
I
know they're going to, but that's no fun. Let's get a new name.
It's still not official. That's not official. The executive order is technically not official, but both are directions that it seems to be going in, generally speaking. And if Trump's thing also is talking about it, like transfer portal, one free portal. After that, you can only portal again if you either take a year off or you graduate, and then you get one free portal after you graduate and get your degree.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like, overall, a good change.
It's
A
what
good
it needed.
change.
It is what it needed, to be fair.
I also saw another thing though about moving the season up and
I did see that as
easing
well.
that timeline for those teams in the playoffs and to just shit, just everyone in general. That like November 31st, that's when all hell breaks loose, okay? Like and we gotta fix these windows. We have to fix it. And I'm pretty sure it's already spring portal's gone. Is
Spring
that
Portal is gone, which
okay? So
is a
that's already in.
horrendous thing.
Thank goodness. Uh, but yeah, I'll need to see exactly how that changes everything, and maybe the one transfer that might govern the whole transfer portal situation, guys,
It
just
really, I
won't
mean, it's
be
going to govern
leaving.
NIL too.
Oh
Really,
yeah, 100%. That could be another thing included is if you sign an NIL agreement to a school, you sign the contract. You didn't. No one forced you to sign it, but once you sign that shit, you're on that team. Now, you maybe your deal's like 2 years or so, but it's like that. That's the crazy. That
well,
was
to
the
be fair,
craziest part of this offseason.
Mensa
Guys just pulling
technically
out and getting like
Mensa
sued.
technically got out of it, but he had to pay back damages for something. I don't remember what it was. So,
And
and
to be
coaches had the
honest,
same
he
thing too.
probably
Like
he should be paid because it's like, dude, you signed the contract.
it was
Like,
also, I mean, he should be playing for Duke, but it's also like, dude, Miami's like, we don't care, we'll pay it. Just come,
yeah,
like
yeah.
we'll pay it
Hey,
off.
hey, but that's the like if Miami wants to go pay that like buyout essentially, I'm cool with that.
Cool, it's buyout, sure.
Like my issue is that players they're just getting these massive deals and they're like, wait, I get an extra 3 from Miami back in the portal. Never mind. That's where I have my issues
Yeah.
with.
No, I agree. But that's the same thing where they're talking about the tree transporter. Like, if you go to Miami, you are not leaving. You are there. You
Yeah.
are there. Like that's kind of the point. Or you go to Duke, that's it. Like it does help G5 schools because it means people are going to be less likely. Like Makai Hughes from Tulane, right? Went to Oregon, didn't really play. Now he's transferring out again. He transferred to Houston, but it's like, would you really want to leave Tulane to go to Oregon where you
Well, it's
don't know
also
you're
an
going to
interesting
start?
point. Like when somebody from a G5, let's say not Tulane because they're pretty high
Yeah.
caliber, but I don't know, a Southern Miss, or like an
Ball
Old
State,
Dominion, a Ball State, any Maction, you play for the Toledo Rockets. Like
Buffalo.
it might be a more interesting decision when you hit the portal because hey, if you're like guaranteed starter at one of those schools, that it might actually be in your best interest to stay another year rather than portal right now and get a little bit more hype. But that, the whole portal strategy, that could be very interesting. Now, this just says transfer, right?
Transfer. Yeah,
Okay,
transfer.
so one thing I'm just thinking about right now, there's no maximum rules on the number of times you enter the portal. So in theory, a guy could hit the
Well,
portal every single.
you hit the portal. If you
You
if
only
you're
get one
sitting,
transfer, but
you're only
you hit
sitting
it
in the
every.
portal. Like I guess you could wait and feel your vibes, but
Hey,
I don't really
I'm
know
just
what the
thinking
fuck.
of any loophole that a guy could take out of this. I'm just thinking.
I
I'm
mean, if
trying
you
to
leave
trying
a
to
school
think.
to go to another school as in a transfer, then I
Yes,
mean,
yes, that's a
yeah.
transfer. But like maybe
I
guys
guess you'd
just
have to
keep.
like you can you unenroll and then not count as a transfer if you just re-enroll at another school and never officially transfer.
Well, I
Maybe.
think a part of this will be like scholarships, and if you're transferring, you're gonna be on scholarship, and like if that's
Yeah, I guess that's
involved,
true.
then yeah. Even if
I
you
guess that's true.
unenroll and pick a new school, and then you're on like that
Yeah,
counts.
yeah, yeah.
Not like I'm transferring to I don't know
XYZ.
a
Yeah,
school for academics.
yeah. Yeah, but I mean, just interesting things to continue to watch for the NCAA. That was kind of the big stuff of like the last week. I would say that we never really talked about.
Yeah, but real quick, some Dodger updates. Off to a very hot start. 9-3 to start the year. After today, I think it's 9-3, or it could be
We
9-4
are we
after
are
today.
currently up on Toronto 3-1
Oh,
as we're
that game
recording
is over,
this.
Everett. We lost that.
Oh, did
We
it?
lost that baseball game.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we lost
My
that
my
one.
my my Apple like broadcast thing that's been showing up hasn't been updating, so it'll just randomly show a score and then stops updating it for some reason.
Yeah, we
So
we we
good
lost
to
that
know.
one today, but
Yep, 4-3.
I will
Okay,
say,
cool.
uh,
We are
Off to a hot
9-3
start.
as of today. 9-3 as of today.
9-3, can't ultimately complain much about the team. I think 75% win rate to start the year, but offense started off slow, but they have been heating up recently. So real quick, want to give a shout out to Andy Pages. He has been the best hitter on the team. He won NL Player of the Week last week as well, but so far on the year, a 413, 438, 674 slash line, 1111 OPS on the dot. Perfect. Ones all around. 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. Pa has been absolute heater this year. Everett, I feel like after this offseason, Pa has being the I actually think he was the only Dodger subject to league-wide criticism, but like more so shame. League-wide
Well, he was
shame.
also everybody was just like
that Edwin Diaz pitch.
Yeah.
Being on the Dodgers too is extra funny. People are gonna rub it extra hard, but he had a lot of motivation. It's also
just like I think this whole offseason, everybody was just like talking about the Dodgers roster. It's like, yeah, the only hole I see in this roster is Andy Pages. Looking at the start of the
just over and over. Everyone just keeps saying that. So yeah, he definitely had a lot of bulletin board material to work off of in the weight room this offseason, and it's showing up so far. Also, I want to give another shout out to Dalton Rushing with potentially the funniest possible slash line that I've ever seen out of a Dodger through the first 10 games of the year. He has a slash line of 667, 700, 1667. That is correct, folks. His slugging is 1667, giving him a 2,367 OPS.
Yes.
He has 3 home runs in 9 ABs. That's why. But Dalton, another guy who doesn't get consistent playing time because Will Smith is our everyday catcher. So a guy who doesn't get everyday playing time, he doesn't really have much time to get himself in a groove hitting or any rhythm at all. But in his limited opportunities, he's absolutely mashing and delivering right now. So shout out to him. And then also last specific shout out Ha-Seong Kim. Staying patient in AAA. A lot of controversy start of the year, him not making the final roster, then showing up, delivering when he gets called up for Mookie's DL stint, 3 for 7 with a double and 2 walks now in his ABs so far. So
is there any concern with how, I know injuries and stuff going on, but is there any concern with how Mookie started the season based on last season and how that kind of contributed towards going through the rest of the season and the playoffs? Because really out of all the players, that's, I feel like, the one that we were expecting a little bit better of a start from compared to last year, because there wasn't the whole vomiting everything out and being
100%
pounds under your weight.
And I mean, to be honest, like the numbers don't look too great. 179, 281, 429 slash, 710 OPS, but he had 2 home runs to start the year in 22 ABs. Like he was slugging pretty well, and also like a slight adjustment. He was hitting 3 hole to start the year. He's behind Shohei and Tuck, so like a bit of adjustment hitting at 3-2. I would say in terms of like injuries last year, specifically starting off slow, his whole like 6 situation going on that sense, I'm not that concerned about Mookie. I don't feel like this injury will necessarily like get him off to a slow start or anything. What I'm significantly more concerned and almost ready to call it, his bat speed is down so much. It's down a horrifying number and has only decreased every single season for the past 4 years. That is something that horrifies me. The bat speed down, because how does he suddenly improve that?
You don't. Not with age. You don't.
Exactly, Everett. You don't. So that's something kind of like going back a couple years about the whole Trey Turner debate and argument. Is he worth extending? And I was saying speed aside, because obviously that's going to decrease a bit, but speed aside, Trey Turner is an elite fastball hitter, very fast hands, great bat speed. Those things which make him a good hitter, literally, those are going to fall off a cliff very soon.
I mean, you were right. You were right. Yeah.
Now with Mookie, it's somewhat similar, where the bat speed fall offs I don't know how you can fix that. And
And I
so
mean,
that's my biggest concern with
over the
Mookie.
rest of the length of the contract, it certainly will be a concern because technically he's signed through 2032. So another 6 years if it goes all the way through.
Yes, yeah. We are
And I
in
mean,
year
Grant,
7.
he's
signed at
what,
13.
33 years old right now, so he'll be
On the dot, he is 33 years old.
39.
He turns 34 in October. I mean, of course, he's born in October, duh. But yeah, so that's my biggest concern with Mook. It's the bat speed. Hey, the fielding though, still
Great, yeah.
elite fielder. Like, I want to give him some excuses for the hitting declines recently because it's probably very difficult being like on paper the number one shortstop in the MLB fielding wise. So hey, I'd imagine there's a lot going on that he's working on fielding wise, but yeah, I'm concerned about the bat speed most. That's my biggest concern. Another thing, with just highlighting here, off to, I would say, the slowest start of any of our everyday starters. Max Muncy has not looked hot to start the year.
Not a great look,
out
especially
that guy Munataka over there.
Yeah.
He literally goes deep every day.
And what was he? What was he called before he came to the MLB?
I referred to him as Japanese Max Muncy once or twice.
Thank you.
Once or twice.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it's maybe a bit of buyer's remorse not buying Munataka right now and seeing how Max is playing, but hey, verdict's still out there.
I mean, to be fair, Max usually he's very streaky as a player.
100%.
He's very streaky, and it is
he was close to a lot of home runs, a lot of foul home runs recently. I saw one earlier today. Hits a 2-2 ball foul just right outside the pole and then strikes out next pitch.
Look, he's very streaky, and when it comes down kind of the stretch and you're going in October, he usually lights it up like towards that end stretch. Whether or not that's the case going in October actually is questionable because it's still hit or miss a little bit in October, but he's definitely more consistent around the end of the season.
Oh yeah, I will say just some like quick other things. Right now, hitting 4-hole, the 850 OPS, so the numbers are pretty good. But Freddie leading the team in RBIs. He's having countless RBI opportunities every single night. Ohtani or Tucker, they're going to be on second at least once a game when he's hitting 4-hole. So, yeah, Freddie, he's delivering right now in clutch situation. This is another thing that I want to point out this year about these Dodgers compared to those Dodgers of old. These Dodgers, unlike past teams, is a limited number of RBI opportunities this year. In the past, I feel like we have 5 to 6 innings per night where we got runners in scoring position, and then we go 1 for 11 as a team hitting with runners in scoring position. This year, I think it's a little bit of a flip. We're not getting guys in scoring position as often, but when we do, we're scoring them. And
there's been a lot of times where it's like, oh shit, the Dodgers let up a run early. They have nothing on the board. And then it'll be
this year.
They'll be like the 6th inning and be like, oh shit, the Dodgers just put up 7 this inning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
We got some fight this year. There's a little bit of dog in us this year.
And I mean, like, to be fair, I think we saw it a little bit last year and we talked about it last year, but like there hasn't been a team recently where like the identity of the offense has been go down and then you're figuring it out end of game. And if we can just mesh,
you don't see that very often.
If we can just mesh the two Dodger mindsets that we've had, where it's the beginning of the game and then you fall off
bridge
the
those
game,
worlds together,
bring them together,
just like Vrabel and Rossini, just bring them together like this.
That'd be great.
That would be ideal.
That'd be awesome. But yeah, I mean, like great improvement at least in that realm. It would be great if we could, score some earlier, but everything else, I mean. You can't ask for really much more. 9-3 start.
Yeah, I mean, as a team right now, 292, 359, 501 slash as a team, 860 OPS team. So
I think
overall,
also
we can't complain about the hitting.
I think Shohei has the most scoreless innings and the most games consecutive with a hit in the MLB right now. The most days with consecutive hit in the MLB.
Scoreless innings, like
pitched. It was like 22.1 or something.
Wait, so this is a pitching and hitting stat, or
pitching and hitting stat? Both of them belong to Shohei.
The only one.
But no, I'm saying individually. They're not tied. I think individually.
I
I saw
Shohei's only
something on
player
it.
to pitch
I
and
don't
hit.
know.
It's like,
No, 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 no,
correct.
no. No, you're like, yes,
You're
smart,
right.
smart call there.
Hit that one.
No, I saw that stat. I don't know if it's still true, nor if that's specifically what it is. So take it with a grain of salt. But I did see something specifically like that, which was related to scoreless innings, and then something related to.
I will say
so.
Ohtani, he had another pretty good start today. No earned runs, went 6 innings, handful of strikeouts. Another good start for him. I want to point out Shohei was asked before the year, other than 3P and World Series, what is your other goal of the season? And he said Cy Young. Didn't say MVP. He knows he's winning that shit. But he said Cy Young. So I'm just saying, hey, go back to 2 years ago or not. Yeah, sorry. 3 years ago, Shohei 22. Look at that pitching season. All right. The Cy Young is there. It's there.
No, it's
there.
It's there. Yeah.
I can't. We shouldn't need to sell anyone on him as a pitcher. I feel like you guys get the point. The dude's a unicorn. We know he's crazy. But also Yama is looking elite. Lights out. Another
number one pitcher in the MLB draft.
He might be the main contribution for before Team Canada lost in hockey. I would say Yoshi was responsible for 95% of nightmares among Canadian sports fans. Until that moment, now he's only 10% because the hockey's way worse. But yeah, he's actually the most horrifying man in the city of Toronto, the entire country of Canada. Absolutely lining it up. Good starts from Glasnow to start the year with a really high K9. That's
15, right? I think he's 15 total strikeouts right now.
Yeah, 15, but an 11 K9. If we're seeing a over 10 K9 like that, those are the dominant playoff starts I'm talking about right there.
He just needs to be healthy. He just needs to be healthy.
Hey, once again, I'm kind of on the opinion in a week or two, Bahamas.
He's got elbow tinnitus. He's gone for 60 days.
Why go off to Japan? Whatever you want to do, go off. We don't need you till August.
Just don't use that elbow. Just don't use the elbow.
Do not use your right arm for the next 4 months, please. So yeah, I think that's how Glasnow's situation is going. Also, I want to say Edwin Diaz has completely lived up to the bill so far. Known blown saves to start the year. 1.8 ERA, 1 WHIP, but my favorite stat of all, Everett, Edwin Diaz has a 14.5 K9. Almost averaging 2 strikeouts per inning.
I mean, Grant, what else do you want out of your closer? That's the
definition.
What else do you want out of your closer?
You don't even hit him. That's what I'm talking about in the playoffs, okay? Don't even hit him, okay? So Edwin off to another role, and another one, verdict is still out. We're not calling it either way yet. But Tanner Scott might be on his way to being a contributor on this team. Okay, I'm not calling it.
That's a high praise.
I'm not calling it yet. Okay,
that's still high praise.
I have a brain. Okay, so not gonna do that yet. Sometimes he looks like the old Tanner Scott, and I mean that in a good way, where he's showing up, lights out. He has an 11.6 K9, second highest K9 on the team. 1.9 ERA, 0.86 WHIP so far on the year. But he did have one appearance where he went back to Dodgers Tanner Scott and reminded me of Craig Kimbrell. So we don't like that. We do not like that. But I think him not being this predetermined closer role, being a reliever like I wished we used him last year, and having lefties every night, I think this might be the fix. Getting him in on lefty matchups.
It's only been 12 games. It's only been 12 games.
Yeah, hey.
It's only been 12 games.
I'm not calling it either way yet, okay? So, gotta make that clear.
All right, Grant, we're going to wrap up with this. We're going to wrap up the episode with this. NFL-related, NFL drafts coming up here end of this month. We have the first official Waterboy mock draft of the year, start in April. Congregation of intel going into this, Waterboy facts and knowledge. Also, this is no trades, and I would like to state that I have seen a lot of reports saying that this draft might have the most trades ever. We made a thumbnail about
I think it likely would,
year.
Just because it's the least certain picks.
Yeah, that and a lot of defensive players apparently, but so 3, 4, 5, all these teams are 2, 3, 4, 5 are all possible trade candidates this year. So And last year we had trades happen that we didn't even know were happening. Jaguars traded up to 2 with the Browns or whatever to go get Travis Hunter. So, Grant, I'm just going to quickly read off all of these teams. Keep in mind, these are no trades, so we're just going off what we can go with.
Yeah, just let's go through all these and just go team.
And we'll just do a quick debrief, just whatever you think in your mind when I finish, and you're just like questions, right? Like that, we're going to field some questions.
Let's go in batches of 4. So
batches of 4.
Team player. Half-second pause. Do we have comments?
Okay.
If not, then yeah.
All right, Grant. Raiders, Fernando Mendoza. Jets, Arvell Reese. Cardinals, David Bailey. Titans, Sonny Styles.
Okay, ultimately, I don't. Yeah, let's hear the next.
Giants, Caleb Downs. Browns, Carnell Tate. Commanders, Jeremiah Love. Saints, Makai Lemon.
Okay.
Chiefs, Ruben Bain. Bengals, Mansour Delane. Dolphins, Jordan Tyson. Cowboys, Jermon McCoy.
Yeah, that Cowboys pick. Oh no, Jerry. Oh no, don't do it. It's like McConaughey and there's so no Murph, no. Don't do that, Jerry. You're gonna.
I mean, they need secondary help. So like, I mean, it's him or Avian Terrell.
That guy's burnt toast.
Not too many corners available in the first round, though.
Oh no, I know. But yeah, no, that guy's burnt toast. But
okay, Rams, Francis Mauigoa. I don't fucking know how to pronounce his last name.
That was good. That was pretty close. Yeah,
Mauigoa. Ravens.
Mauigoa.
Vega Ione. Bucks, Akeem Mesidor, and Jets, Avian Terrell.
I love that Mesidor pick to the Bucks. That's my comment.
I think he's a little underrated. Older guy, but like very underrated, especially because of the age, just because he's older. Okay. Lions, Monroe Freeling. Vikings, Dylan Thieneman. Panthers, Kenyon Sadiq. Cowboys, CJ Allen.
Now that sounds like a Cowboys pick.
Inside linebacker.
And is that okay? Question. Okay, no, it's 20. That's the Micah pick.
20 is the Micah pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Steelers, Spencer Fano. Chargers, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Eagles, Keldrick Falk. And Browns, Cassius Howell.
Yeah, the Browns are gonna be a train wreck. Oh no.
Hey, they have the A&M boys on both sides. I'll just say, now.
According to the polls that I've seen online from my Ohio State Cleveland Browns fans, okay, the feeling around the room is, hey, we all love Carnell Tate. We're all big fans. But would any of us be hyped when the Browns draft Carnell Tate? Not a single one of them said yes. Not a single one of them would be hyped on that pick.
I don't know if there is a pick that they'd be hype on except for Caleb Downs.
I don't think there's any pick there that, like, even if Caleb Downs went there, like, people would be like hyped, but it'd be like, yeah, we we just drafted
it quite literally would have to be Fernando. It would have to be Fernando.
That's it. That's the only way they'd be hyped.
Yeah. Okay, Grant. Bears, Hayden McDonald. Bills, TJ Parker. 49ers, Caden Proctor. And Texans, Peter Woods.
All right, real quick, as you're bringing this guy up, hey, I'll say this. Ohio State guy in the room here. The number one player that I am the most concerned about coming out of Ohio State this draft class that is getting hype is Caden McDonald. Caden McDonald's lack of pass rush threat. Now, hey, I know he's going to play nose. He's there to stop the run. I know. But the charts are astonishing how low of a pressure rate he has on pass rush. And watching Caden the past year, he didn't play 2 years ago, so he just started for 1 year. Yeah, no, absolutely zero pass rush out of him. And That's just something I want to throw out there. Just want to throw that out there
No,
to
I
the
mean
world.
he's getting a lot of praise right now. Like he's going up
On that
boards from what I've
Bears
seen.
defense, it might make sense for that defense because they have some guys on the edge there. Uh, but
It's more run stuffing. That I think that's the scouting
hey, he's
resume that
elite.
he's
He's
got.
elite stopping the run. That's what you want him to do at your nose. I will
Yeah.
just say though, there's literally zero pass rush from him. Zero.
Okay, Grant. Last four picks: Chiefs, Denzel Boston; Dolphins, Blake Miller; Patriots, Omar Cooper; and Seahawks, Caleb Banks.
Okay, I will just say, specifically, just kind of at the end of the draft, there's a lot of really talented Clemson players, and
So,
my God, Cade Klubnik, you were so ass that you guys went 7-5. I mean, holy shit! Like, wow, this was Clemson's year. This was it. Hey, I'll be honest, Everett. I cannot outgrow my fear of Clemson. Okay, I'm gonna say it's a fear. I'm afraid of Clemson on
oh
what
yeah,
they've
no, I
done to
remember
me.
what they did to you.
And it's tough for me to outgrow that. But now, sitting back here 7 years later, after the Fiesta Bowl, I can't help but just it's like watching Genghis Khan fall. It's like watching one of the greats just fall before your eyes, and I don't even know how to react. I honestly feel bad. I honestly feel bad.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I like
No, you
because I
don't.
don't view them as a threat at all anymore, I do feel a little bit bad. And like I'm under the impression there is nothing the Clemson Tigers can do to ever get on Ohio State's level for the end of time.
Use the portal, actually.
What well, like maybe, but maybe the damage has already been done there.
I mean, it's very possible, by the way, that Dabo's been working on it, but I mean, you never
I
know.
mean, like maybe a little. It's just that team doesn't quite have the same motion anymore. And yeah, wow. But also, uh, not calling out you specifically because I only see this anywhere. Only two Indiana guys in the first round. I haven't looked too much in the later rounds, but I would imagine 3, 4, 5
There's a lot
is
more. There's a lot more
flooded
3, 4, 5,
with
and I do
Indiana.
think like we talked about this when Indiana played in the Natty and everything in the college football season. It's like Indiana's not the biggest, the strongest, the fastest guys, but it's team. It's the team camaraderie and chemistry and coaching that really pulls them over the
Power of
edge.
friendship.
And also like they might work at a college level. NFL level is much different, and that's why it's like there's still going to be cutoffs generally speaking. Like the guys could come and pan out in the NFL, but like the NFL is not going to draft them super high. And I think that Fernando and Cooper are just the two guys that have the most capabilities for that early. But like you're going to see a lot more defensive players come out. I think in like 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I'm just looking some other things here. What one thing which I feel like this guy is going to be a smash. I always am interested in these like late firsts going to the top teams. Caden Proctor Niners is an absolute smash pick, an absolute slaughter pick. Zero questions asked. I think TJ Parker would be a dog on the Bills. I'm a big fan of TJ Parker. I also adore Peter Woods. Absolutely love him. I would personally have Peter Woods over Caden.
I would too, but I've just
But
seen much more traction lately with
I
Caden over
I
Peter.
love Peter Woods of the Texans. Him and Togiai. Oh my God. That might get me back in on interior D linemen in terms of my weekend watching. That may have me all the way back in Togiai and Peter Woods together. But I will say though, if the Chiefs make these picks here of Ruben Bain and Denzel Boston, oh no, we're screwed. We're absolutely toast. All right,
And they're gonna have an early pick next year.
we're absolutely rolled as a franchise over here in El Segundo. So yeah, that those are my other thoughts. And also, I will say I feel like Jordan Tyson to the Dolphins would be a train wreck. I just
Oh yeah, and
feel
it
that.
is. I here's my thing. Here's my thing with the Dolphins. They need everything.
But
To be
those are both
honest,
very talented
they
players.
they need everything to be honest. But like majorly secondary and wide receivers. The problem with the way that this mock fell is out of Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, Jordan Tyson. Jordan Tyson's kind of the lower on my list for not really for many reasons, but I think just fits with a lot of these teams.
Well,
And
but yeah, I mean, just considering how it's like, take the best available receiver.
don't
Okay,
get me wrong, like
I
he's
won't
good,
crap on
he's
that
good,
much
but
anymore.
also Cardinal Tate, a lot of these teams have him ranked higher than both Makai and
I
Jordan.
feel like
But
Carnell's
the
certainly going to be.
the other thing is based on the talent distribution, the Dolphins should take a corner at 11 and a wide receiver at 30. The problem is if Mansur Delane goes before they have a pick, neither of the other two corners weren't picking there over Jordan Tyson. So you're going to take your wide receiver then, and you're going to figure out what to do at the end of the run. Like that's the problem. That's the issue.
Yeah, we got some interesting decisions to make here. I will say, oh yeah, no, that Browns looks horrifying. I feel like A&M to Browns is like a guaranteed. This guy's not going to be in the NFL in 2 years. Like
Well,
that,
Miles Garrett was A&M.
but he's like Superman. The recent Texas A&M DNs that have come out of the draft, those I don't think those guys they're like Darren Peterson. I'm not sure if they like football.
Maybe A&M and A&M bros and Cleveland will make a difference though.
Yeah, I will say I'm just not the biggest fan of these recent A&M DNs.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Not the biggest fan personally. The Keldrick Falk pick, Eagles. That one's interesting to me. I feel like Eagles need a bit more pass rush threat. Keldrick Falk, a elite run stopping edge. That guy sets the edge, and he would have any football coach just head over heels over this guy gushing. But it's the lack of pass rushing that has me
talent disparity. Like I think that the way that the Eagles go BPA, and I think talent wise, like sure, maybe pass rush isn't the best, but
I'll say TJ Parker, the Eagles, I'm horrified what that could become one day. That's scary. That's spooky. That's yikes. Oh wow. That could be bad. That could be really bad for everyone involved playing the Eagles. But yeah, I feel like though these are a ton of names that are kind of consensus in the first round, and this seems nothing too crazy here, really. Rams, if they get Francis, oh goodness, wow.
I honestly think though, Grant, like my biggest underrated pick of this whole thing, Caleb Banks, the Seahawks at 32. That D line was amazing last year, and they're putting in one of the best defensive interior players in college football into the middle of that D line.
Yeah, I feel like right now with the Seahawks, is Kenneth Walker like the only departure? Really?
No, they lost a lot of defensive players. They had Tariq Woolen leave. They had another, I think maybe a safety or something leave. I don't remember precisely.
Okay, there's some movement. Yeah, there's some moving parts.
They had some movement.
But like I like that. I like the Caleb Banks pick. Just because I feel like that D line, they're kind of built on like not being the top guys and like having a little chip on their shoulder, being like, hey, we're all, don't get me wrong, they're all very good football players, but you know, they're not the Myles Garretts of the NFL. Yeah. And that kind of propels them. They have that little chip on their shoulder. So yeah, that grit, I don't know. Caleb Banks, potential for worsening the dog mentality in that room too, but I would lean towards he helps it out. I'd say of all these guys, Cassius Howell, I'd be concerned about the dog mentality in that DN room. Myles Garrett might be done with him by week 5. Like you're a lost cause.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't want to crap on the Brownies because there's a lot of Ohio State Brown fans I'm mentioning all the time, but oh yikes. Yeah, this could be a disaster. This could be a disaster for them.
Disaster.
This could be awful. But we'll get some more finalized mocks coming up here. I will just say last little thing. I want to say it's Peter Schrager's mock was going around. And last year he had on there Jackson Dart trade. His thing is like, I only go off what I've been told. What I think about these players, I don't care at all. Like, right. I'm literally just going off what I've heard. And like some of the things I'm seeing that has me interested first was Jordan Tyson 9 Chiefs. Like
Yeah.
they just pull that trigger. And I will say, like, Jordan Tyson probably fits that mold of the X receiver, but I feel like in Kansas City, how banged up their team is all the time, you can't go the injury guy. If healthy, I think he's probably the best receiver out of those three to fill the roles
The
needed.
problem is also
But it's just like you guys get
yeah.
hurt every single year at receiver. Are we really going to take the injury?
Well, it's that, and then it's also just like he still might be hurt, Grant. Like he didn't run
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
anything in the combine or pro
probably
workout stuff.
still is
So
hurt.
yeah, like
I will say
that-
other things though on this mock. The Jeremiah Love Titans.
so okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I would expect that that's likelier to happen than Jeremiah falling to 7. And if I were to put him on a team, I would expect the Titans to take him because he had the whole official visit, blah, 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 blah. The one thing, Grant, and I told you this, and this is where I'll defend Sonny Styles because it's also very early for Sonny Styles. Robert Saleh has had that anchor defensive linebacker guy at every team that he's had. He wants to install it. And the Titans, they have Cody Barton. Now, no flack to Cody Barton. Cody Barton is not
like
that guy. Not that guy.
Sounds like a little.
He can go and get one of the most dynamic athletic players in the draft at the position that he wants and have him develop over time to do exactly what he wants them to do in that defense. And move them around too.
And they're at 4.
And they're at 4. So that's why I had Sonny Styles here over Jeremiah Love.
I think Jeremiah Love to Tennessee is what the hell are we doing? What are we
But
doing?
I could see that too. It's just also like, I don't know if Saleh would be like, all right, I have Tony Pollard. I know he's ass, but I have Tony Pollard and Tajay. Tajay is awesome. But why I'm going to go add a third running back into that? Probably not. You're just going to move on from Pollard next year.
That's a sticky situation. With Sonny, I'll be honest, that dude, I literally can confidently say every single week he improved from the first time he ever started Ohio State to the last. The Indiana Big Ten championship game, that was the greatest game of Sonny Styles' career. Like literally swallowing dudes whole. Only guy on defense that game that was like competent. But it's just the position. This is the position of Sonny. That
I know, but I think he also gets that a little bit more prop because he can play around different parts of the field or believed to be able to do that.
Yeah, well,
there's a little bit more dynamicism.
Like Sonny can kind of play any outside linebacker or inside linebacker role. Like if you need him to quickly edge rush, he could do that a little. If you need to play Mike, he could do that. If you need to play Will, he's like probably built for that. But in comparison to Arvel, where it's like the edge shit is there, that's just my one concern about Sonny. But Schrager has him going to Commanders just a couple picks later.
See. They still have Bobby.
It seems like people think he's going top 8, top 10.
He is going top 10. Yeah, 100%. He's going top 10, 100%.
Yeah.
Bookmark that, close the book, seal it, everything.
I think Fred Warner's high praise is very tough to beat Fred Warner.
I'm not saying be Fred Warner, but I'm saying
saying everyone online says he's Fred Warner. I'm like, guys.
Oh, no. But I'm saying you have that. I'm saying specifically for the Titans what Robert Saleh wants. Like, that's the plug-in guy position that he would want to have.
Yeah. I will say of all these, the one thing which has me like, that could kind of go either way to me is Kenyon Sadiq to the Ravens.
To the Panthers. Oh, you're talking about Schrager.
Schrager. Like,
yes.
Shit, both scenarios. If Kenyon Sadiq went to the Ravens or the Panthers, I don't really know how that plays out. I don't really know.
And like the thing, I know Schrager was like Mark Andrews 31, like just lost Isaiah Likely. Sadiq kind of fills in the Likely role. Will eventually take over from Mark Andrews, but like. That's you're waiting time there. Like, I don't think the Ravens are going to go in a direction where they're just like, yeah, we'll have 2 of this. Like BPA, sure, but like I don't think that that's kind of what the Ravens need to do right now. They're not in a BPA position.
Not in a BPA. I like that term. We got to save that one. That's good. I will say I'm also looking at these things. Schrager's got Houston taking tackle Max Ian Archer. out of Arizona State, and I'm just remembering how that offensive line looked. I
They did improve. They did improve.
okay.
They traded some pieces, but they could definitely use a tackle. They probably could still improve more.
Yeah, but all right, we'll leave it there. We'll have a lot more mock
Yeah.
draft. When is the draft?
April 21st, something like that, that weekend.
We'll get it right. We'll get it right here
I
for
think.
the faithful. April 23rd through 25th. So 15 days. By the time we're in 2 weeks, folks. Two
Two episodes
Thursdays
from
from
now.
now. So, all right. We got a lot. We got a lot. But
Yeah. But yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, Twitter, and on Instagram at Waterboy Pod. You can follow me. You're on Twitter at Everett now Waterboy Graham. Post episodes every week on YouTube and podcast platforms. So make sure to subscribe and turn notifications so we single episode. We also post exclusive content on TikTok and Instagram as well. So make sure to check us out there. So much anything else. With that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboy's out.
they changed the record shit.